Here are my things. Here are my things. Apparently, I'm not allowed to leave Chicago. Wonder why.
You need help carrying this.
Can you reintroduce yourself? Let them know where you're from.
My name is Angelo, and I am Jaguar Wright's manager, friend, charge of security. I grew up with Jag in Philly, living most of my life on the Italian market, and the job is to keep Jaguar alive as long as possible, by any means possible, because the people that want to take her down happen to have a lot of power, and that's pretty sad.
So, in other words, you're Jaguar Wright's muscle, if need be.
Jaguar seems to be going through a difficult period right now, particularly after disclosing some of the strangest secrets in the music business, such as being detained on false accusations and having to deal with repeated threats. Jaguar Wright has had to maintain a low profile, but now that her security has threatened to pursue Jay-Z if anything happens to Jaguar, things are becoming hotter. Although Jaguar has always called out Jay-Z, the conflict between the two is not new. We never thought it would become this nasty.
I want you to touch on either the genius or the insanity of Jay-Z. This man, as far as what he's done since then, is, either preordained, destined, or he had a plan. But it seemed like he geared himself towards it. But you were there to witness it firsthand from what he was back then. I just want you to because, not many people have a firsthand account of what this man is doing and what he's about to do.
In 21 years, I have never had anything to say about Mr. Sean Carter other than the fact that we had a pleasant working relationship and he was an excellent businessman.
21 years.
21 years. And after 21 years, what I will say to you is this. The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
That
was the sensei.
One of the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, camaraderie with Honeycombs and AKA Diddy. And
why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
Because he smacks so sweet. Think about it. Think about the halftime shows. Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, all Rock Nation. Now Rihanna, and then we had the whole LA thing, which of course he was involved in that, and they pulled Mary J. Blige off to, make sure she got that money for Kindle. And, they had that whole moment, but all he's doing is using his friends and the people that he with, or at least the people that signed his non-disclosure agreements, he keeps getting them the Super Bowl gigs. So he's doing all kinds of stuff, and I do not begrudge him. It's just, if you gotta do the kind of things that he's done to get where he's gotten, I don't want it that bad. I don't want nothing that bad.
However, was there a cost she had to bear for this? Jaguar Wright has a history of disclosing some of the darkest hip-hop secrets, and she is aware of the consequences of speaking the truth. In fact, she has even said that Jay-Z has repeatedly attacked her and her family in punishment for the truths she has revealed.
Sean Carter has been buying companies and stopping my projects for 15 years.
Oh, Mr. Diddy, aka Mr. Love. Now, Dr.
No,
Love.
Sean Carter.
Jay. Okay. That's why it's fuck Rock Nation. Hey. Wow. Wow.
I'ma tell everybody about Big L, Sean.
Big L?
I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And I want to talk about Big L on the stand.
Wow. What's your thoughts about Dame Dash?
Dame Dash got over by somebody who was supposed to be his friend. I'm going to tell you something right now, Sean, because I know you're watching. Or you have someone watching. I'm going to admit something right here on AT2 channel that I've never admitted before. People think I'm a snitch. The truth is I'm the best secret keeper in the world. I keep secrets even what I'm about to say my husband don't know. I started Big L when I was 14 years old.
Whoa.
We kept it on the low because I was young. You didn't know that, Sean. And you don't know everything that L told me about you. Please sue me. I want to go to court.
Wow.
I want to tell everybody in the world all the things that Big L told me about you when I was young.
So this Big L is associated.
Big L is the one that put Jay-Z on.
Wow.
Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Wait, so this Big L person is not living on this earth no more?
He's been dead for years. His death made it possible for reasonable doubt to live.
Whoa.
See how good I keep secrets, Sean? And I'm gonna tell you something else, and I'll give you this one for free. Big L better than you do. I'd rather be with that dead man than ever be with you.
So how do you know how Jay-Z get down? You know that from experience, or?
Don't worry about that part. I'll tell it on the stand.
Oh, wow.
When he takes me to court for defamation of character, I'll tell him how well I know you, Sean. And I told you I would. And I'm going to keep my word. And you're going to pay me in full. I got your boy Diddy by the nuts. How long you think before I'll have yours right here in my hand?
What would it take for Jay-Z to go down like Diddy did?
I don't know. But I got an idea that Evan Rogers is going to help me figure that out.
And who is Evan?
Evan was the producer who only seemed to work on teeny bopper projects, who discovered Rihanna at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room on the island where she comes from, with no parental supervision. And then she was put on a private plane, a minor, from one country to another, without parental supervision. And she ended up in a boardroom with Mr. Khan, without parental supervision. Y'all got young children. Would you just let your daughter leave and go to a whole other country with some money who don't know?
Absolutely not.
Doing talent shows at 3 a.m.
So you're saying that the rumors are true. There are rumors circulating that Rihanna was actually trafficked here. Are you saying that
Starting to sound that way. Because the daddy ain't show up till 24 hours later to pick up a $500,000 check for his daughter's ass.
Maybe we should look more into that album ante. That album cover was disturbing. A child bride with a crown over her head and blood smeared on her face. I don't know. How don't people see SOSs anymore? I mean, maybe I'm just crazy.
So do you think that there will ever be a space or a time where Rihanna may come forward and express some of her experiences?
I don't know, but I'm working. I'm working around the clock. She didn't look comfortable pregnant, throwing up that goddamn diamond sign during Super Bowl. Word has it, she didn't want to do it at all. She just had no choice. And then she was forced to step down from her billion-dollar company so she could be alone. I guess that's what happens when your pimp put up all the money in the first place.
Do you think that's also the reason why the album situation is what it is, where she's not dropping any music?
I mean, if I was her, I wouldn't. More music means more indebted. More music means more money laundering. More music means she stays a shell corporation and not a human being. You wanna know what's funny? The only difference between Anga Marchand and Rihanna is that one was international, the other one was right next door. Both about 14, both tender, both damn near virgins, both mid-rated by Sean Carter. I don't know. I wonder how Rihanna's feeling about being replaced by Blue Ivy.
So are you alleging that Jay-Z is grooming his own daughter?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be so hard to do. That ain't his baby. Allegedly. That's Tata baby. Allegedly. It'd be really easy to groom somebody else's kid.
Recently, Jaguar Wright was detained in Dallas for allegedly stealing a U-Haul truck worth between $30,000 and a staggering $150,000. After being released from prison, Jaguar unleashed a bombshell accusing that the entire U-Haul drama was staged. She claimed that someone in the industry had set up this scam as retaliation for her unwavering honesty, and guess who could be behind it all? Jay-Z.
For the very thing that Jaguar was calling Diddy out for years. When Cassie's lawsuit dropped, Jaguar's claims were finally validated and people started listening to what she had to say. Now, what she has been saying recently might have gotten her in trouble. By now, some of you might have already heard the news that Jaguar has been arrested. Many news blogs have been reporting that she was arrested on June 6th. And according to these blogs, she was arrested on a felony warrant for allegedly stealing property valued between $30,000 and $150,000. A $10,000 bond was posted early Friday morning. What's being said by these blogs is that allegedly, Jaguar rented a U-Haul truck and never returned it to the rental location, which is a felony. She was arrested for this and taken into custody, where Jaguar started making some calls from within the jail. Jaguar on these calls made some claims denying that she was arrested for not returning the truck, claiming that the police had nothing on her to hold her. She went on to claim that the real reason she was arrested was because she was being silenced. She believes this arrest was an orchestrated attempt to silence her for exposing the many people she exposed in the industry. She's blaming her arrest on Jay-Z and Tasha K, claiming that they are trying to silence her. In my last video, we spoke about the many things Jaguar accused Jay-Z of doing, like getting rid of his former mistress when she threatened to expose their secret relationship, or getting rid of many people in the industry that he wanted to take their place. She even claims that Jay-Z is actually the man behind the current Diddy takedown that we are witnessing. She states that Jay-Z wants to get rid of Diddy to take his place.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough?
Why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend, Claudia?
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress.
Yeah.
Died of an imaginary aneurysm, just like the woman who was best friends.
There's stories of a U-Haul truck.
Let's make this very clear. There was never a U-Haul truck. I live in Texas. I use Penske.
Shout out the plug.
Number 2, I rented that truck and I paid for it. I was supposed to be returning it the day after I got arrested, but I was in jail in Bossier, Louisiana, because my bond had been broken and I had been made as fugitive because of Genesis, AKA DJ Buttnaked, AKA DJ Peter Griffith, AKA government name Monica Lockett, AKA baby mom of great rapper who you annoyed to death. My friend, Bate. Groupie. Now, crack is a hell of a drug. Make you miss all kinds of signs. Now, we were moving to Shreveport to get away from Dallas because they wouldn't stop stalking me and my family. Do y'all remember?
You remember?
This all happened in front of your eyes. That truck that I had to work so hard to get because I was being gaslit by King World 2020 and the Beam team while they were moving my stuff out. I was supposed to have gotten the truck, but my pocketbook was buried all the way at the bottom where my wallet was. So we had to spend 3 hours in the heat looking for it just so I could go rent the truck. That truck contained everything me and my family owned, including the urn that has the majority of my firstborn son's cremation's ashes in it. If anybody wants that truck, it's me. And yet, when I called Penske last July to ask them where the truck was, they said it was still in Louisiana, and they would contact me on H. Tony's phone, because that was the only phone I had at the time, and let me know when the truck made it back to Texas so I could claim or purchase my belongings. The phone call never came. I lost custody of that truck the second that I was arrested and put in jail. The second that that truck was confiscated by a Louisiana state agency, it was no longer in my control. If anyone was responsible for producing the truck, it would be the state of Louisiana. I was in jail facing charges and extradition from Dallas County, Texas. And Kimura, who wrote the book, Bling, and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is and the boss's boss don't get no. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk my out.
Cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce. And I say that, women do have
that country album, and any of you that buy that shit stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap
credit.
music with goddamn a host of hey.
But she remade Jolene.
That bitch. I'm gonna tell you the song she should have remade. It's a hit. It would have done great for her. She should have tried it on. Tammy Wynette. Classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that hell. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops. And disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like
who
this.
was actually carrying his baby while you was faking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you?
Non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs, are usually used to protect confidential information. But in this case, it appears like a tactic to silence Jaguar Wright and stop her from disclosing more scandalous details. There are also claims that Jay-Z forced her to sign NDAs in order to prevent her from disclosing more of his secrets. The audacity of this move only serves to pique curiosity about what shadowy and possibly illegal activities Jay-Z might be hiding.
She says she signed 2 NDAs. So, it's going to be certain things that she can't talk about, right? But the stuff she can talk about, y'all got to read in between the lines. Y'all have to. I feel like it's very, very important. A lot of things probably fly over people's head. Some people some people just don't care. But this stuff is happening. A lot of stuff is coming out. Like I said, with the music industry, I ain't just talking about rap. I'm talking about all type of music. It gets really, really dark. And I think a lot of people are, when things come out and, people say, if this person was brave enough, I feel like I have the courage now to say something. And then they say it. But I don't never want to go to a place where they say, hey, you can't bring your phone in here. I will turn around and go the other way. A comedy show, that's different. Because, they don't want you recording the show because they're going to post it somewhere. But I ain't giving you my phone. I cut it off.
Jack, I want to ask.
Nothing progressive.
I have to say, most people that watch our interviews or your interviews as of late, the main question that comes up is, how does she know? Was she there? So yeah. I want to do it like this. I'm gonna name some names.
Sure.
And I want to know, were you around them?
Sure.
I would like to start for what everybody knows is Jay-Z.
What about him?
Were you around him? In what capacity were you around him? Was it strictly? Was it only
NDAs
unplugged?
in my life.
Okay.
Both of them were with Mr. Carter. Ask me what you want to know and I'll answer what I can.
Let's just start with the base level. Business, personal.
Both.
Both.
And spiritual.
And spiritual. Okay.
We believe in the same power. We don't believe in appropriating it the same way.
Can I ask you this? For you, did you find joy in the business or pleasure? And when you answer that, I'm gonna flip it on him. Do you feel he found joy in the business or pleasure part of that? Or spiritual?
He is the most shameful thing I've ever done. There is nothing that I experienced with that person that has not inspired shame except for Unplugged. That was the purest moment. For me, it was all done in love for music, love for all that was there, love for the culture. I hate the fact that we did it all for a culture vulture. For someone who never truly had the capacity to appreciate that moment in time, to steal it from the masses, to hide it, to cloak it. I put it up on Philadelphia last year when we launched. You know how many people came to the network to see that show that they never got to see? You know what's great about this year? I still got the footage.
There you go. There you go.
And in 1 week, Jay-Z Unplugged, the actual whole concert, from beginning to end, will be viewed and able to be viewed on realjag.com. Come and see the history. Come and see the power of that moment, the amazing things that we did with our bodies and our minds and our spirits. There was not one person in that room that was not elevated that night. And everyone in that room would be a liar if they said that I wasn't responsible for 75% of it.
In a recent interview, Jaguar's bodyguard made it plain that anybody attempting to attack her would need to first go through him, demonstrating his unwavering devotion to standing by her side and protecting her at all costs. Now for the moment of truth.
That's why I said you're not going to see anybody refute anything I say. You're also not going to see anybody refute anything that Jaguar says. The thing that scares people is that they know that we're telling the truth. Why hasn't anybody spoken out to say that Jaguar is wrong or what she said was a lie? Because they can't. I know for a fact that she knows her stuff because I told you. I was walking to my room and I heard her on the phone talking to Sean. I had no idea Sean was Jay-Z. I thought it was her boyfriend. You know, she was on a laptop talking. And I'm like, you know, I was just trying to say, like, is your boyfriend mad because you're getting a tattoo? Or, you know, I didn't want her to get in trouble to get tattooed. And she's like, no, it's my friend. And I'm like, Sean Carter? I don't know who Sean Carter is. And she's like, it's Jay-Z. And I'm like, Jay-Z, you're on the phone with Jay-Z? And better than that, I told him, he calls back 10 minutes later. And I was just like, no way. Yeah. And then she went right on the computer and she showed me the Unplugged thing. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, and that was it. We've been, you know, best friends since 2010. And I almost came out here like 3 years ago. I was going to come here, but it just didn't seem right. There was like so much going on, but...
A lot was going on.
Well, yeah, now the thing with Jag is important because she's got a story to tell and she's got money to be made and she deserves her time fairly. She deserves to make the money. She got the dirty side of things for no reason, but it's the nature of that business. Unfortunately, it was that way, and maybe you guys can change it in years to come. You know, that would be great because there's a lot of talent that's probably trying to reach out to you guys. And maybe by doing these shows, they'll feel safer coming to you guys.
Right.
and you guys can work it for what it's worth,
Right. What would you say to a person who would want to bring harm to Jay?
You better kill me. That's all I can tell you. I mean, the other night, I know, I came in here and I had the bag, and I know you know what was in the bag, but it wasn't for here. I wasn't taking it for here. But yeah, I mean, I have to carry that because I have to be safe. I have to protect her from people that don't want to see her succeed. And I really don't know why, because it isn't like she's going to succeed taking money from them. Whatever Jaguar generates, she's generating through her hard work. She's not taking any money from Jay-Z. She's not taking any Diddy's money. Matter of fact, she don't even have to speak out against them too. There's 20 people online today talking about it. Kanye West, 50 Cent, the driver in our Uber today, Jaguar Wright fan. She picked us up to take us here. She loved Jaguar. Everybody's got a different opinion, but you guys have a right to earn. Jaguar has a right to earn. Every person has that God-given right to do what you have to do to feed your family. I don't judge anybody. You do whatever you have to do to feed your family, right or wrong. I'm not going to judge you on that.
In the comments section below, please share your thoughts on whether Jay-Z is attempting to prevent Jaguar from disclosing anything significant. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button to ensure that you don't miss any future ones. Until then, family, keep it real.